Welcome to Simply Stampin' for You September card class instructions. The first card that we're going to do today for you is the pumpkin patch, and it's using some of the new stamp sets in the holiday mini catalog, and we're also going to highlight the technique of masking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of different colors of orange, the apricot peel, pumpkin pie, and the dusty Durango, and we're going to make a beautiful autumn card. So I'm just going to take this first big section of apricot appeal and I'm just going to fold it in half using my scraper to get a nice crisp edge. And I'm just going to set this off to the side for a moment. The next thing I'm going to do is use my Big Shot to put a texture onto one of my smaller pieces, my Dusty Durango piece of cardstock. And with the texture plate, you want to make sure to read the directions in the platform, and it tells you to open up the first flap, and that you're going to need the silicone plate, your piece of paper, and then whatever your texture plate is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the directions. I'm going to put my texture plate down first. I want to use the small dots, so I put that down. I put my piece of cardstock on the top of that, layer on my silicone plate, or silicone pad, and then the hard plate. And I'm just going to run this through, and that should give a nice delicate effect of dots on top of my piece of cardstock. I'm just going to move this off to the side. Okay, now it's difficult to see the dots, so what we wanted to do is we wanted to make them pop a little bit more, and because this was the Dusty Durango cardstock, what we did is we just took a sponge and we're just going to sponge over the edges and the tops of the dots just to make them pop a little bit more. So I'm just using kind of a circular motion. Just to kind of be able to see those dots a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to pick it up because this is going to help. There we go. And you can start to see those dots sort of pop out off the page. This is a nice alternative to using designer paper or other stamps just to give a little bit of dimension. And I'm just going to kind of go around the edges too. I really like the way that makes the paper look. Okay, so now I have that, and what I'm going to do is get some adhesive and I'm going to layer my Dusty Durango piece that I just put some texture onto just a slightly larger piece of pumpkin pie. Autumn is one of my very favorite times of year. I'm going to push this forward so you can see a little better. And I'm just leaving just a small margin around the edges. And I see that there's just a smidge hanging off the end, and I can see that better. And I'm just going to trim that off because I'm sort of a perfectionist. Okay, so that piece is finished. Actually, what I'm going to do now, I can do this right away. I'm going to take my eggplant grosgrain ribbon. I think it's gorgeous, and it was a nice accent color to the orange. I had thought originally about doing the chocolate chip grosgrain ribbon, but this purple just gave it a nice little extra touch. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow, a small bow, off to one of the sides. And if you're like me, tying bows is not my Not one of the things I'm the best at. I got that. I'm just going to tighten it up a little bit. And I'm just going to trim the edges. And I like to trim that at an angle because it helps for the ribbon to not fray when it's on your card. Alright, now I'm going to set this off to the side temporarily, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our stamps.